My name is Sister Eileen McQuaid, and most of my ministry has been on Prince Edward Island. And it has been in the education system, in the public school system. Most of the grades that I taught were grade 1, 2, and 3, so primary education. And then I did some study and then became a counselor, school counselor in various schools on PEI. So my span of teaching and counseling was 33 years. And then I did some training in pastoral education in Toronto. And when I completed that, I returned to Moncton, New Brunswick, where I worked in palliative care in the Moncton City Hospital. And I really loved that. It was an experience of being with. In my teaching years, it was more doing for the children, doing for the parents, doing for the teachers. But the experience in palliative care was more of being with. And that was a whole shift for me in my body and mind and spirit. After that, I was invited to leadership in Visitation Province. So that was 4 years. And that was during COVID. Following that, I came to Kingston, Ontario. While being here, I was invited to come and minister to our senior sisters here at Providence Care. And that's where I am presently. And it has been a delight to be with them and to journey with them in their life of ministry and care for many of God's people. You experience children who come from separated and divorced homes. You have children who have lost a parent or a grandparent. But what struck me so much with loss is the loss of a pet. Their dear cat or their dear dog. I did a lot of artwork with kids to help them express, their relationship with their pet, their parent, grandparent, or some significant other person. That helped. And also with divorce and separated families, that was very traumatic for them. Sometimes I'd have a group. We'd view a video, or it was videos back in those days. And then we'd spend time chatting about kids. It was mostly about kids, how they experienced and how they dealt with the separation of their parents. And it was always important for me to tell them the parents have not separated from them. That was very important. They've separated from each other, but they haven't separated from them. Other issues, there's other issues of the hardships in homes, abuse, sexual abuse, physical and sexual abuse. Those are difficult issues, dealing with social services, different counselors, psychologists to help me with these kids. In hospital, I guess it was probably dealing with loss, a death of parents, grandparents, siblings, and to meet with the family. And sometimes it was strained, relationships were strained. So to come to kind of a sense of forgiveness, letting go and letting the person go in peace. To come to that point, that was the journey. First of all, getting to know the sisters, that was the challenge for me. It was a time when sisters were getting older and needing to go to seniors' homes. So for them, it was a lot of transition, coming from apartments, or if they lived out west, they had to come east here from their apartments and from their ministry. So it was a big letting go and moving on to another different way of living. So being part of that transition, supporting them in as much as I could support them, that was the challenge. On Mondays, I go to Martha's Table, where I serve breakfast to the homeless. I mean, it's just breakfast from 9 to 11. But the afternoon is free for me too. I take time for that, just to be quiet, just to read and rest. As you age, you need that time to rejuvenate your energy. So those days are my times to care for myself. In my 80s, I'm still working, whereas most of my siblings have all retired. As you say, CNDs do not retire.